6 days. That's all it took. England beat Croatia 4-2 in their World Cup opener. Harry Kane scoring twice, Jude Bellingham inspiring a stunning second-half turnaround. They were heroes. Then they drew 0-0 with Ghana, and overnight the same players became the villains of English football. It's often called the heaviest shirt in the game. To wear the Three Lions isn't just an athletic honor, it means stepping into a pressure cooker where every mistake is amplified, dissected, and condemned by a media machine that never sits still. We crown our players one week and crucify them the next. England are already through to the knockouts, they're top of their group, and still the knives are out. So what if the tactical struggles we're seeing aren't really about tactics at all? What if these players are buckling under a weight of scrutiny that offers them nothing back? Thomas Tuchel is a world-class manager, brought in specifically to break England's tournament hoodoo. He wants courage, intensity, players who take risks. But watch what happened in the first 45 minutes of the opening game. England went 1-0 up, then immediately looked rattled, conceding twice and trading blows in a chaotic 2-2 shootout. Tuchel's own assistant, Anthony Barry, admitted at halftime that the team had shown, in his words, fearful patterns and struggled with the basic decision of when to play long or short during a nervous opening period. This wasn't a tactical identity, this was fear, live on screen in the biggest game of these players' careers. Tuchel reset it at the break. England came out transformed and won 4-2. But here's the question nobody's asking. Why does it take going 2-2 down at a World Cup before this team can finally relax enough to play? Nowhere is the pressure more visible than between the posts. Late in the first half against Croatia, with England still rattled, Pickford got caught off balance and tried to play it his way instead of Tuchel's. Tuchel was furious, storming to the touchline, telling him flatly, "You know what you're supposed to do as I told you." It's a tiny moment, but it's a window into a team where even basic decisions are being made under visible, immediate fear of getting it wrong. Days later, former Premier League striker Troy Deeney went further on CBS Sports, saying England can't win it with that guy in goal, describing Pickford as a player who doesn't give you any confidence. Whatever you think of the goalkeeper, ask yourself this: how is any player supposed to play with freedom when his own manager is publicly correcting him mid-match, and the next morning the panels are dissecting his every flinch? Against Ghana, England produced one of the strangest stat lines in World Cup history, the most possession without scoring a goal in this tournament since 1966. Almost 79% of the ball and nothing to show for it. Tuchel himself admitted afterwards, "We knew it would be difficult. We found our intensity the longer the half went, but we couldn't get the reward." That's a generous way of describing a team that dominated the ball but wouldn't commit. When the price of one mistake is a week of national outrage, players stop trying to thread the killer pass or beat a man one-on-one. They recycle it sideways. They give it back to Pickford. Nobody wants to be the headline tomorrow. And so the team that's supposedly too talented to draw with Ghana ends up doing exactly that. Not because they lack the quality, but because nobody on the pitch wants to be the one who's blamed. Which brings us to Saturday. England face Panama in their final group game, a side already eliminated without a single goal scored at this World Cup. England are red-hot favorites. On paper, it's the most low-stakes fixture of the tournament, but it might be the most psychologically important 90 minutes Tuchel gets all summer. This is his one chance to let his players express themselves without consequence. No qualification on the line, no Ghana-style backlash if they don't break the deadlock. If England can't find freedom and creativity against a team like Panama, what hope is there once they reach the round of 32, where they'll face an opponent who isn't even decided yet against a backdrop of pressure that'll make Ghana look like nothing at all? Panama isn't really about Panama. It's a test of whether this team can play without fear, when for once, nobody's asking them to. After the Ghana game, Tuchel didn't throw his players under the bus. He backed them publicly, insisting the performance wouldn't change how he sees them. That's a manager trying to build a shield between his squad and the noise outside. He knows that to win this World Cup, he's not just fighting Panama or whoever comes next in the knockouts. He's fighting the psychological weight of English football's relationship with its own team. If England are going to go all the way, these players need to learn to tune it out, to stop playing for safety and start playing like the team that put 4 past Croatia. The heaviest shirt in football can only be lifted if the country gets behind them, instead of turning on them the moment it gets uncomfortable. What do you think? Is the media doing more damage to England's World Cup than any opponent will? Let us know in the comments. Hit subscribe and we'll see you next time.